What's going on, guys? Austin here, and in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the extra points lines of the week for week 6. So, my favorite bet of the week is the Packers minus 5.5. I think this is a massive overreaction to Chicago's thumping of the Raiders and the close game that the Packers played with the Bengals. I think both of those teams are respectively worse and better than their record might say they are. Bengals could easily be 4-1 or 5-0 if just a few different things go their way. And the Raiders are an ugly 3-2 right now, I believe. So don't take too much into the previous week's games. Packers should be at least 7.5 point, maybe 8 point favorites against the Bears. Don't be afraid to take this line. And then a big line that I'm going to take is the Rams minus 10 at the Giants. The Giants are missing their starting quarterback, their starting running back, their best wide receiver in Kenny Golladay. And the Rams just have too much explosiveness for this to be any smaller because, you're watching the game and the Rams could easily get up 17-10 at halftime. That is, even if the Giants can manage to score 10, it might be 17-7. And at some point, in the second half, while the Rams are just trying to run the football, Matthew Stafford's going to see a shot that he can take to Deshaun Jackson, to Van Jefferson, to Cooper Kupp or Robert Woods streaking down the sideline. And, maybe it's pass interference, maybe it's completion, but all of a sudden, they're up 10 within striking distance and, there's just nothing left for the Giants to do. And then another big line, I'm taking the underdog here, the Texans plus 10. I have no idea why this line is so big. The Texans Davis Mills has been playing well. The Texans aren't a horrendous team. Most of their losses have been by very, very small margins. It might be an overreaction to how close and how well the Indianapolis Colts played the Baltimore Ravens. It's basically, coin flip at the end of that game, overtime. I can't even imagine if the Baltimore Ravens played the Texans, if the line would even be 12.5 points. So it just seems a little silly that the Indianapolis Colts are 10-point favorites. And then I'm going to say the Panthers plus 2 versus Minnesota. I'm not going to take too much consideration into what happened last week. The Eagles are a really good matchup for the Panthers. They've got a strong defensive line, and the Panthers are not good at protecting Sam Darnold. They've got a number 1 cornerback in Darius Slay, and right now the Panthers have pretty much one offensive target that's the guy, that's DJ Moore. So it's just a really bad matchup. Obviously, Sam Darnold had his 3 interceptions. If you only had even 2, I don't think that the Eagles can win that game, and I doubt Sam is going to throw 3 interceptions again on this team. That's got to be a point of emphasis in the meeting room. Panthers have the number 1 rush defense, and, Dalvin Cook's been a little bit banged up. Alexander Madison's good. But, they're still not going to be able to do anything against the number 1 rush defense in the NFL. That, and the Panthers have A.J. Bouye and C.J. Henderson to be able to match up with Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. It's too perfect for the Panthers to, especially the underdogs, but to not come out with a good win this week. I'm going to say the Cardinals as underdogs. I have no idea why they're underdogs. Plus 3.5 at Cleveland. Cardinals should be at least 2-point favorites. This line suggests, because it's in Cleveland, this line suggests that if it were on a neutral site, Cleveland would be favored by 0.5 point, or it'd be a pick'em game. In a neutral site, the Cardinals should be favored by 4. The Cardinals have 2 excellent defensive ends in Chandler Jones and J.J. Watt. They've got 4 very good wide receivers and 1 elite all-time wide receiver in DeAndre Hopkins. And then Christian Kirk, A.J. Green, at least A.J. Green right now, is a very good wide receiver, not all time. And Rondale Moore. Plus, they just traded for Zach Ertz earlier today. And then they have a great running game. Oh, yeah. And the league MVP, Kyler Murray. And then the Steelers minus 5.5. I think that this one's just there's too much pressure on the Steelers not to come out and just destroy this game. The Seattle offensive line is kind of shaky. And that Steelers front 7 is going to feast on it, especially with Geno Smith, who is the athletic back in his heyday. But, he's coming up on 30, 33, somewhere in that range. Don't exactly remember. but there's just no way that, DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett are going to get open fast enough for Geno Smith to find them, because that pass rush is going to keep getting to Geno. I think that Geno's probably going to throw a couple picks, at least one, which is going to give the Ben Roethlisberger-led offense a short field to be able to score some points. And I know that Ben Roethlisberger is feeling the pressure of his job, because I know that Mike Tomlin does not want to have to lose his never had a losing season record now after whatever it's been, like 16 years, year 15, something like that. So I would just be on the lookout for an eventual Steelers blowout in this game. All right, guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and be sure to take a look out for our videos coming out after this week. So the power rankings, the hits and misses for my 5-minute fantasy. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button.